Plaintiffs Kenesha Swift and Rodney Cole are suing Rodney's ex-girlfriend for emotional distress and harassment. Kenesha says the defendant has filed more than 10 restraining orders against her, and Rodney even assaulted her. Defendant Tierra Phillips is countersuing Kenesha and Rodney for harassment and emotional distress because Tierra says the plaintiffs have busted out her windows, sent people to beat her up, and posted derogatory flyers about her.
Remain standing. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Please be seated.
All right, Kenesha Swift and Rodney Cole are suing Tierra Phillips. They are suing his ex-girlfriend and her former friend for emotional distress and harassment. And Tierra is countersuing her former friend and her ex-boyfriend for emotional distress and harassment. Now, who do you want to start? Who wants to start, Kenesha or Rodney?
I will.
All right, Kenesha, why?
Hi, Your Honor. Me and Tierra used to be friends. 3 years ago, we were very close friends. She slept with my ex-boyfriend, so I felt that I had to bite the apple and get back at her and sleep with her ex-boyfriend, which is Rodney.
How old are you now?
I'm 20 now.
20. Back,
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
17?
No, I was 18 at the time.
Okay, all right. And are you the same age?
No, I'm 23.
Okay, all right.
So she has a 4-year-old daughter with Rodney. I have a 4-month daughter with Rodney.
What's your 4-year-old name that you have?
Rihanna.
Rihanna?
Yes.
Rihanna. And you have a 4-month-old? Mm-hmm. What's her name?
Itiana.
Pretty.
Thank you.
Okay, so you are the father of each of their babies?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So after me and Rodney started dating, she seemed to get very jealous and started harassing us, starting rumors, problems. Somehow, some way, she found out where we lived at, and she's been coming back and forth, circling around our house, making threats to fight me and Rodney or whatever. So I seen her January 2007. We got into an altercation at the metro station. I didn't see her. She seen me. She threw a bottle of lotion. She socked me in my mouth. So we start fighting. She went her way. I went our way. I'm thinking, obviously.
Did the police come?
No.
Have you ever called the police for some of these threats and this problem?
No. No.
Why not?
Because at first it wasn't that serious to me. I live a busy life. I work, just got out of school, and it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to go back and forth.
Now, Rodney, if you were the father of Tierra's daughter, Tierra would know where you're living, right? Do you see the baby, Rihanna?
No, she don't bring her to my house. She take her to my mom's house.
Tierra?
That's a lie. He hasn't made no effort, but I do initiate dropping my daughter off to his family's house because I can't get in contact with him. So I make an effort for my child to bring her around.
To his family, meaning his mother, his sister,
his mother, his sister, his aunties, his stepfather.
And are they interested in seeing Rihanna?
Yes, they were. Yeah, yes.
What makes you think that the mother of your child has to bring your child to you? If it's your child, you should be looking to see that child whenever you can. You know that. How old are you, Rodney?
26. She don't let me see her.
Yeah, let me explain something, Rodney. Are you in court today as a plaintiff?
Yes.
Okay. You came to court because you understand the courts have the power to make decisions regarding actions or inactions of people or non-actions, right?
Yes.
You should also understand that you can go to family court and have access to your own child. So if you're here today for a civil action, why wouldn't you go to a family court for an action that involves your blood, your daughter?
That's all in process.
What does that mean?
I mean, I already went down to the courthouse and filled out papers.
To do what?
To try to see my daughter and get weekends.
Did he do that?
No, I actually petitioned for custody because of the threatening calls and that he allowed his daughter to see, which I felt like he shouldn't.
All right, we'll get to you.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Kenesha.
So
he had this problem at the Metro in January of 2007, and she finds out where he lives, which actually doesn't shock me.
Okay, first of all, I wouldn't mind her knowing where we stayed at if she wasn't such a problem. I would set it all to the side for the kids because whether she likes it or not, her daughter and my daughter are sisters. Whether she likes it or not.
That's
right. She doesn't like me. I will make a common ground for the kids. She doesn't want to make a common ground. When he calls her to talk about the child or whatever he wants to do, she always brings me up. I'm not into their parenting. I don't have anything to do with it. They have a child together. She makes it very hard for both of us. It's always a problem with her. It's always a problem.
You're alleging harassment. What does she do to harass you?
She has filed over like 10 restraining orders, which I have with me. All of them have been denied.
Is that
Every
right?
last one of them has been denied. Yes.
Every one of them denied?
Because they're false accusations.
Okay.
They're not false either.
This department is investigating a criminal matter which occurred in our city, which you are listed as a suspect. Kenesha. Why are you giving me this?
No, the restraining orders are under. That was something else that I was going to tell you about.
Why are you a suspect?
That happened in 2007. I was falsely accused of busting her windows. When I went to court.
By her?
Yeah, at her house. I was at work that day, so they dropped the case. I wasn't even there.
Well, this doesn't say they dropped the case. You got to be careful when you give a judge evidence.
Yeah.
All right? Because I can go to the conclusion of this, which is they're looking to investigate you as a suspect. And unless you tell me it was closed and nothing happened, it's still an open question in my mind. Don't talk. Now, what I have is notice of hearing and temporary restraining order. Did you ever get the sense that maybe you ought to stop filing these?
Actually, those are from different people. My mom had to file her separate one because she's been harassed and they actually physically.
How do they harass your mom?
They've been to the house. I have.
Why are they coming to your house? Do you live with your mother?
Yes, I do.
Okay, talk to me.
They've been actually harassing me since the altercation me and Kenesha got into. About 4 months later, she found out I was pregnant. She come back to my house and they jumped my sister, which I have a report for. And they bust my windows out and she's denying that she didn't, but I have a money order for saying that she tried to make an effort to pay for it, which I just picked up from the police department. I have the report of the threatening phone calls. This is the receipt.
All right. Now, what is this? You're paying for a window?
When I was going to court on various occasions, back and forth, and I had the paper saying I was at work or whatever, and my public defender thought it would be best for me to just pay so I could hurry up and drop the case. So I was like, it's no problem. I'll pay $160. They did a legal agreement, and then I'd have to come back and forth to court because it was back and forth. So that's how she said that would be the best thing, so I just did it.
Okay, the day of that, they denied my restraining order. They actually had 2 people waiting outside the courtroom that approached me to try to fight me. I was escorted off the property with 2 sheriffs, and they told me to continue with the restraining orders.
Why are you here?
My name is Marguerite Toussaint. I'm Tiara's friend from school. I've been there on several occasions. They came and waited at the school for Tiara, and she got in a physical altercation with her mother. And
with Kenesha's mother?
And they stole my school books that day, and they were staking out her house, so she had to come and stay at my house for about 2 weeks because they were passing through her apartment building and going to go knock on the door, and they came with all of his family and stuff.
Did you make a police report?
Yes, that's in here. This is for them stealing her books and them her mom coming to my school.
All right. She drove into the parking lot. The suspect and another female, black, was about 19 to 20, came up to them. Suspect asked Toussaint if she was Poe, baby's mama. Poe?
Pooh. That's his nickname.
Pooh?
Pooh.
Pooh, baby's mama. The woman in question has called the school on numerous occasions and threatened Tiara on the phone at our front desk. We've had to call the police, ask them to increase patrols. What is going on?
That is about we're not even supposed to be talking about.
This is pending in another court.
Okay, but this still doesn't have anything to do with the flyer.
All right, let's see. Give me something that's not pending in another court, because believe me, I'd love to handle that one. Yeah. Okay, now who's this?
That's a picture of me at her house that she posted up around my house, not just from block to block, liquor stores, barbershops, that's in her house.
Oh.
Saying that I got a call at 6 o'clock in the morning from one of my friends calling me, telling me why could he do that to me.
How do you know he did this?
It was word of mouth. Exactly. But I did try to press charges. That's at her house with her Vans box at her auntie's house.
So this was a picture that they would have possession of?
Yes, it is.
Talk to me, Rodney.
I ain't never seen that picture before.
Have you ever heard that someone at your end might have posted this thinking it was funny?
No.
Have you seen, how about you?
That picture,
Be honest with me. Look at me.
We all had pictures of that, me and my best friend or whatever. I gave it to my best friend.
Why would your best friend be motivated to do that?
She bust my best friend tires that I had to replace.
She what?
After she found out that me and him were together, she bust my best friend tires that I had to replace.
If she busted your best friend's tires, why do you have to replace them?
Because
you don't even like her. Why would you pay her debts?
Because she didn't have the money to do it, and it
What
was
do you care if she has the money? Let your best friend sue her.
Exactly, but my best friend didn't have the money, and she asked me, could I do it since it was all an incident?
Rodney, speak to me. You haven't said anything yet. Come on, Rodney.
I mean, that don't have nothing to do with me right there.
Yeah, you know what? I don't believe you, but I don't have the evidence.
Okay, that's been the problem. Every time there's something being said, Rodney tries to push forth messing with me, and I never give him time today. He was very upset. He initiated dealing with Kenesha. I'm over that. I'm not jealous about their relationship. I did say that if being with Kenesha would make him a better man for my child, I have no problem with that. But to bring strife in my life, and not just mine, but my mom's, my sister's involved. His daughter sees this. She asked me if she can have a new daddy because her daddy has been tripping lately. You know what I mean? So it hurts me more to see that going on. And I've tried to make it work. We were in a physical altercation November of 2006. And I was at work and he was watching her while I was at school. My grandma was leaving out to Vegas, so she wanted to bring her some gifts and stuff before she left out. He was calling me all kind of names, and I was wondering why he was so angry with me. Come to find out, they were sleeping with each other, and he was getting information from her about me. He was coming at me, calling me all kind of names, and his auntie tried to break it up. I walked outside to leave, and it's some stairs right there. I thought he was going to push me down the stairs, so I backed up. And when I did that, his auntie was in front. He spit in my face, literally.
Did you spit in her face? Don't lie to me.
No, I didn't, man.
Why is she making this up? Why is she in tears making this up? I don't think she's an actress.
Like she made up those restraining orders.
No. You know what? Now, let me tell you what this is about. This is a case where you're each suing each other for harassment and emotional distress. All right? Here's the bottom line. You were younger. You knew each other before. There may have been problems. There may have been jealousy. I don't know. I don't care. But what I've got here is a woman who is clearly frightened. All right? She doesn't need to come here and start crying her eyes out. What I have in front of me is this. All right? Somebody's playing games, making it look like she's a hooker up for sale. And based upon what I know is that you guys had the picture. Based upon what I know from other evidence, and I can use that in terms of making my decision here, is that you guys have been creating problems for her. She has not gotten her orders of protection. I don't know what the judges are thinking. I don't know why they haven't. Maybe it's because there isn't any evidence. Maybe because it's hearsay. I don't know. But I have an instinct here, and my instincts are pretty good. All right? I think she's a decent mother. You don't even see your own child. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, okay? You say you're going to your court now. Good for you. If you are, God bless you. I hope you get to see your child. What do you want to say that's so important?
She don't let me see my child.
This is not the only child he has. He has a little boy that he hasn't seen in 4 years.
I believe you. This is a ridiculous case. This is why the courts are overloaded. You got two women sleeping with the same guy. Rodney, you ought to be the man that you were when you were in bed with her and in bed with her and say, you know what, ladies? I got you both pregnant. I got you both in a situation where you hate each other. And you know what? It's my fault because I was jumping from bed to bed. Be a man. Take care of your own daughter. Take care of your other son. But you straighten this out, Rodney. This is a waste of the court's time. You say to this woman, you know what? I did love you at one point, but I don't love you anymore. And you know what, Kenesha, if he's your man and he loves you, you tell him to act like a man and see that daughter. But the two of you cut the crap, both cases dismissed.